So, hello everyone. Welcome to day 3 of the Q&A party. And this is the last day of the Q&A party, but for all the people who are live here in the Facebook group, we will be doing a Q&A every week, normally every week on Tuesday around 1 p.m. again. Well, hello Hannes, welcome. So every week on Tuesday at 1 p.m. we will be doing a Q&A, except in 2 weeks and I'm in London for a conference, and then I will be doing lives every evening to give you a recap of how the course went, and I will just share everything. I'm going to follow my NLP practitioner's course in London. It's from the 15th of October until the 20th. Hello Hannes, welcome. Until the 21st of October, so it's 7 days with like the founder of NLP, Richard Brandler, difficult name. So I'm very curious how that's going to be. So in that week, I won't be on Tuesday at 1 p.m., but I will come on live on other times then, and I will let you know. So for all the people who are watching on Instagram, you can all come on over if you're interested in the law of attraction and in business. Come on over to our Facebook group, Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman. And there I'm going live every week, and we've got a community going on there with like-minded people, all people who are interested in the law of attraction and in mindset-wise doing business and approaching your business, stepping into your CEO role of your own business. So that's what we're doing over there. So everyone, welcome. Everyone who's on can post questions in the comment box and I will answer them. Hello, welcome, Neeltje. Welcome, Enigma 401, funny name. If you got questions about the law of attraction and business, please let me know in the comments and I will get them for you. So let's check. I already received a question in my email inbox, so I'm going to start off with that question. And it is a question from Natasha. And Natasha asked me, so my question, I like to put my lifestyle ahead of my business. My number one priority is my lifestyle. But at the same time, I sometimes have this guilty feeling that I am not giving my business all the push it needs to get off the ground and running. How do I deal with this conflicted feeling? Wow, this is such a good question, isn't it? Like, I think a lot of people have this sometimes. I think you got two kinds of people. I think you got the sort of people who are like very hands-on and putting like their lifestyle second and their business first, and are actually sometimes not giving a lot of attention to their lifestyle and to their own life and putting all their business first and are go, 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 and all the time working on their business. And I think then on the other side, you got this person, hello Emil, welcome. So I think then on the other side, you got this part of people who are like, my lifestyle is the most important, and yes, I want to have a business, but my lifestyle and my life and everything, my family, is the priority number one. So it's about balance, actually. It's all about balance. And what comes up for me first, actually, when I hear your question, Natasha, is when you are all saying this, might it be possible that you are scared, like maybe your parents were like very hard workers or something, were like, work is important, you have to work all the time, and now when you are growing up and you live in a time where life is important and leisure is important, traveling is important and all that stuff, and then in your business, you feel like, ooh, I'm not doing good enough. Like when I look at my parents, they worked so much more, and actually I am not doing as good as my parents, so therefore I feel guilty. I am just saying that because this is something that resonates with me. My parents were always like very, very, very hard workers. They still are, actually. They're still both working every day, constantly, and they put their lifestyle second, or maybe even third. Their family is second, like they did everything for us, and then it was only time for them. Growing up, I always thought I'm going to do it differently. So then now we're here, like millennials, like a lot of people from my age period, like the millennials, are giving more effort or giving more attention to their life, to their overall feeling, to their emotions. That's also what we, hello, welcome Dine, what we as law of attraction practitioners also say, like the first and foremost important thing is that you feel good, is that you feel happy, that you are following your dreams, that you are following your passions. And action only comes afterwards, you know? Action comes after the alignment. So this is, I think, what Natasha is talking about. Like she says, like, I like to put my lifestyle ahead of my business. Like my lifestyle, or maybe her alignment, is first class, is top notch, is the most important thing. But then again, she sometimes feels that her business isn't where it should be yet, off the ground and running, because she isn't giving it the push it needs. And what I would like to ask you or tell you as well, Natasha, is that maybe you are trying or staying too much in everything needs to be fun and everything needs to be wildly enthusiastic and all of bliss. And from the moment something gets a little bit difficult, maybe you just hold back and don't push forward anymore. Like, I can say this, like, for example, I just gave this example this morning in my other Facebook group for a client of mine. A client of mine was struggling with keeping her focus, and she said, like, I always just stop doing it. I can't get it off the ground. I don't know what it is with me. I'm not persistent. And then I had this example, like, imagine you want to go to a beautiful mountain, and you know the pictures of that beautiful mountain. You know how beautiful it is. You know, you want to get there. You don't know the way, how you have to get there, but you have your GPS. So your GPS can be like the universe. So you have to trust the GPS or the universe, because that the universe or your GPS knows the way to the beautiful mountain. So you are just following your GPS and just stopping one foot after another, or driving your car one alley after another. And then sometimes your GPS sends you through like a dark alley or a dirty road or like a very scary place. But when at these moments you like lose your interest or say like, this can't be it, the mountain was so beautiful, this can't be the way to it, it has to be pretty, it has to be good, I'm going to take another door, I'm going to take this road looks way more fun, so I'm going to the fun road. Then you are not following your GPS or the universe, and then you are ending up somewhere else at another destiny. So yes, according to the law of attraction, hello, welcome, Chego. We're also live in the Facebook group. I think you're a member there as well, at the Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman Facebook group. So you can come on live there as well and ask a question, or ask your questions here in Instagram live. Just type your questions and I will answer them. It's Q&A today. So that's a few questions I have for you, Natasha. Like, first of all, are there like limiting beliefs that you have to work very hard before your business will be off the ground and running? Like maybe you saw your parents doing when you were little? Or might there be this thing like, my business can't be successful or can't get off the ground and running before I really put in the very hard work? That's the first thing I really would advise you to look at, like inside, like what are those inner feelings about a successful business? You're telling yourself that you feel guilty, that maybe your business would already be more successful when you would put in more work, or when you would give it a harder push and put your lifestyle, you know, on second place and your business first. but maybe that's part of like a limiting belief that's coming from your parents, like what you saw always. So maybe, hello Michelle, welcome. So maybe you can think about how can both be flourishing, how can as well your lifestyle be extremely flourishing, as well your business be extremely flourishing. Do you have like examples in your life or in your world or in another group who really has a successful business and a successful, flourishing, rich lifestyle? Maybe that's something that you have to look into, like examples. Oh, welcome, Chego. You joined from Instagram to our Facebook group. That's great. So maybe you really need to look at that, Natasha, and that will give you more insights on how you really stand towards your dreams and your goals and what is actually holding you back. And at the same time, maybe you are giving up when you are hitting like the dark alley or the dirty valley, or you know, the little roads before you end up at your mighty magic high mountain, you know, what I was just talking about. So maybe it would be good for you to see how persistent you are. Like, can you handle bad stuff in your life, or like maybe go through a muddy road before you would really end up at your goals? Like, how much are you willing to give in to reach your goals? That is actually the dark alleys and the dirty roads we're talking about. How much are you willing to give up, or how much are you willing to go through the dirty roads and the dark alleys and the difficult situations before you will end up at your highly beautiful destination, your successful business, or your beautiful mountain, you know? So that's something to think about when I'm reading your question. So I'm seeing this again. So you also like how to deal with this conflicted feeling that you at one place feel guilty when you're not working on your business, or feeling that you're not doing enough for your business. Guilt also indeed comes from like this feeling or this belief that you have in your mind that something needs to be like this. Like you feel guilty that you're not working enough in your business. But who says that you're not working enough in your business? When for your lifestyle and what you want to put into it, you're working enough, then you shouldn't feel guilty. Then you should just take a stand and say like, okay, this is how much I am willing to work in my business. This is what I choose, and I'm going to feel good about it. Whatever happens and whatever result I'm getting, this is the most that I'm willing to put into my business. And if you still feel guilty, then it's time to like reevaluate, like how much more. Hello Peter, welcome. I'm having a Q&A again, so if you got questions about business or the law of attraction, just put them in there. So that's something that you have to evaluate for yourself as well. Like, if I feel guilty right now that I'm not putting enough of effort in my business, like with how much effort would I feel not guilty, or would I feel that I'm doing enough? When is enough enough? Like, when would you feel like you're working enough? That's something that you have to ask yourself to really get clear on this, because otherwise you can keep on working and working and working and working and just going and going and going, and maybe it will never be enough. Maybe you will always feel guilty. So that's something that you really have to see inside of yourself. Like, am I a person who's always going to feel guilty about not working enough in my business? And where does that come from? Who am I taking as my, you know, example? Where am I like working up to, you know? Who am I trying to be? What am I trying to pursue? And when is enough going to be enough? Just write that down. And then when you're doing that, you will feel like extremely good. Like, yes, I'm at a place where I feel that I am giving it all that I can, you know? So Another question, so if other people have questions about the law of attraction or business, you can all put them in the comments here and I'll answer them for you. Or maybe just a situation like if this is going on in my life or this is going on in my business and I really don't know how to approach it, then we can just tackle it together and look at it together and give you like this new perspective of or this new feeling around it. So if there are no questions here in the comments, then I'm going further with a question that I got in my email inbox. So here, it's a question from, oh, I got a question from Chego. I recently learned that I fear success. I fear that I'm going to be famous and people might bully me on social media. That I won't be free when I go to the mall because people will cloud my space asking for pictures and so on. And maybe other reasons that come with fame. And so I find myself not starting a business or being fully committed or anything that will make me not to be successful. How do I overcome this fear of success? Ooh, that's a beautiful question. That's a great question. I think actually that's a question that a lot of people have, or like a feeling that lots of people have, or at least like a lot of times we want something, we got this desire, like for you it's starting your online business, but then things keep blocking us from really pursuing us or really going after our dreams or really going after what we want. And that's those things, like it's very good that you already discovered what it is that holds you back or what it is that keeps you from really pursuing your dream. Lots of people have this dream and they really want to go after it, and then they just stumble upon things that are really hard, or they see like, oh, I'm not going for it, I'm not doing it, and they don't know yet what it is that they are afraid of or what it is that's blocking them or holding them back. So it's really great. Well, hello Usmanu. If you got questions, it's Q&A today. So if you got questions about the law of attraction or about business, just pop them in the comments and I will answer them. You can also come on over to our Facebook group. It's Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman. It's a Facebook group around the law of attraction and business, where we give lots of business advice and talk about mindset and the law of attraction. So you're more than welcome to join over there as well. And Chego, for your question, I really think it's beautiful that you already discovered and learned where your fear is at, what it is about, and so you can do something about it. The fear of success. Some people have fear of failure, like, oh, I'm afraid that I'm not going to accomplish it, that I'm going to fail, and I'm going to lose face. And you've got this fear of success, like, oh my God, I'm scared that people will bully me on social media. So you're scared of haters, so what other people might think of you. You're scared that your freedom will be you know, narrowed down, like when you're going to the mall and people will recognize you. That's all about freedom. And then and other reasons that come up with fame. But I think it's really good to see all these reasons just apart, because the fear of like people bullying you on social media, that's like a different fear than your fear of losing your freedom. Because the fear of losing your freedom is about you being anonymous for a part, and then the fear of people bullying you on social media is more like, what will other people think of me? And when we're looking at what will other people think of me, I've got a very good example that you can see for yourself. Like, you will see like, oh yeah, it's like that. I have to work on myself. Because it's never what other people will think of you. It's always what you think about yourself. Like, for example, when I got blonde hair, you can all see that I got blonde hair. But when you are laughing at me and saying like, oh my God, your blue hair is so ridiculous, you got such a blue hair, I'm not going to take offense in that. I'm not going to be like offended by that. I'm not going to say like, oh, I feel not good because they're laughing with my that I've got blue hair, because I know that I have got blonde hair, so I will never be offended by that. But then if someone tells me like, oh my God, I just saw you on Facebook Live and your voice is so ridiculous, and I feel offended by that, then that means that I am doubting as well if my voice is so horrible. Like when I am so sure that my voice is just my voice, and that my voice is this tone and I love it, and other people may say of it what I want, you know, then I am totally okay with that. Or when people, you know, that's what you might be bullied on social media. It's all about how you feel about yourself, because always everything that comes in your reality, everything that comes in your space, you know, in your environment, you attract that. So when you are attracting bullying comments, it means that something is going on inside of yourself. And I got another great example for this. I had this myself. I had hate comments on like a video advertisement that I did like a few years ago. I worked as a health food coach, and I launched an online course. The first time that I launched it just as a beta course, and I had 25 members signing up to be a beta member and to test the course with me, and they all loved my course. They all could sign up for a very small price because it was just only in the test version, so they could sign up for a small amount of the price. And then when it was all tested and I wanted to launch it again, I really upped my price. I went from 98 euros to 400 euros. So it was really like, bam, suddenly big price. And I really felt uncomfortable with the price. I felt inside of myself like, ooh, will people want to buy that? Isn't that too high? Is that okay? I really remember that. So I put my advertisements out there for to sell my course. And I got one comment after the other. I almost had to make it a sport to delete all the hate comments. People saying like, oh, your blouses, what are you wearing? Your blouse is so ugly. What does she think? She's like only after the money. She's only this, only that. So they were really, really bullying me, like you say it, on social media, like on my ads. And I constantly had to remove all the ugly comments and stuff. But still, people bought my course. So I was like, okay, yes, whatever with the bullies, people still bought my course. So, and all the people love my course also for that amount of money. So a few months later, I just relaunched that course again with the same video ads, with everything the same price, the same course, everything the same, Facebook ads again. And I got 0 hate comments this time, because this second time, you know, the last time that I launched it, I felt just comfortable. I just knew like people are loving my course, it's worth the price, it's all good, and no hate comments came. So you always like attract the bullying or the comments inside of your environment or in your reality when you are actually not really sure about it yourself. It's always a mirror of what is going on inside of yourself. So actually you can kind of welcome the bullying that might be happening, because that gives you a mirror like, there's something that I am not really comfortable with yet. So I should actually work on that. I should work on my own inner feelings. I should work on being comfortable with my price, and then that bullying won't be happening. So that's the same with you, Tego. When you feel like really comfortable, like, I am this online business owner, I love what I do, people are going to love what I'm putting out there. When you are comfortable and confident in the way that you present yourself, the bullying will not be happening. But when the bullying happens, it is just only a sign from the universe to tell you you got something going on inside of yourself that's mirroring all those comments and those reactions in your environment. Do you understand that, Chego? Is that like easy for you to understand, or is it like very weird or a bit strange? I'm really curious what you think about that. But I can really say it and like resonate with it because I really had this myself. One ad where I feel very uncomfortable with the price, and I had tons of 10 hate comments or more, and then the same ad a few months later when I felt totally in alignment, I felt really good about it, 0 hate comments. So that was so frappant, for me. Really, I could really see it, like that's the thing that's going on here. So that's what's wrong. Oh, hello, welcome, Marit. Welcome, I see you coming online here. So if you got a question, Marit, you can just pop the question in the comments and I will answer them. It's Q&A today, all about business or the law of attraction, or when you're stuck with something in your life. We are doing this today. And then about the other part of your question. So Usmanu is agreeing with what I'm saying on Instagram. We are live at Instagram as well. So he says, like, there's truth in what you say. You receive what you project out there in the world. Absolutely. And that's very interesting all the time. I think everything that's going on there in our lives is just like a reminder, like, yes, I still have to work on that, or oh yeah, I can work on this, or oh yeah, I can work on that. Welcome to Vlog Academy. We're doing a Q&A about the law of attraction in business. So if you've got questions, just pop them in the comments. So the other part of your question, Chego, was about being able to walk in the mall and not being recognized, or being recognized and feeling that your freedom is like, or your privacy is being bullied, Okay, I'm seeing there's like extra comments getting in. Yes, so yes, I get it. Wow, this is so profound. See, so fear is all me. Dealing with my internal beliefs about myself will help me not to attract positive feedback. The fear is a reflection of what's going on inside. Absolutely. And the fear of not having freedom, well, that is also something that you have to think about. Like, it's a feeling. Like, you can still walk in the mall and feel absolutely free and be in your own zone, when at the same time people might recognize you. First of all, when you are starting an online business, I started, like, my health food coaching was here in the Flemish part of Belgium. That's very small. So I got traction very quickly here in Belgium. Like, people from another city would come to me sometimes and say, like, hey, I recognize you, or hey, I know who you are, or oh yes, I already know about your business. And I love that. But I love that my traction was going so fast, and that my business was growing so fast in our country. But at the same time, I know what you mean. So like, when I wanted to go out, or when I wanted to party and be like not so healthy, I was like, oh my God, when I'm meeting clients right now as a health food coach, I really can't be drinking, or people will think like, yeah, she's a health food coach and she's drinking, that's not so healthy. There were things I was thinking about as well. But at the same time, you have to let it go. You are not the center of their universe. You are the center of your universe, and all those people are the center of their own universe. They're only busy with them. Like, a lot of times we think so many people got an opinion about us, and actually that's not really true. Not really true. People like couldn't care less. Or even when you are walking in the mall and having fun with your friends, and suddenly someone comes up to you and say like, aren't you that person from that business? And then you can just like be friendly for a moment and say like, oh yes, thank you, and you are, and then just give them a little bit of attention, and then say like, but we're not working right now, we're having fun, so you have fun in your day, and I'm going to have fun with my friends a little bit further on. And it's all how you approach it. When you see it like, oh, it's you know, they're abusing my privacy and that's not fun. Or you can see it like, oh my God, my business is growing, people are getting to know me, that's awesome. I can just give them a few seconds of attention and then just return to my private life. That's all good, that's all beautiful. Like, I think that the being known or the famousness can also just be something that you approach in a beautiful way. How can you look at being famous as something beautiful? And at the same time, I don't know how big you see your business, but it takes time. Like when you have an online business, and even when I had my health food coaching, you're like famous, but just a little bit. Like people just know who you are and they know your business, and I think you're doing something really cool. But you're not like famous as like a celebrity from a movie star or something. You're never famous like that. You're just still in this small environment. Like teachers have it as well, you know, from a kindergarten or like elementary school. Teachers, everyone in the village knows them. And then that's just something that comes with the job. So that is, of course, something that you need to know, like, am I willing to be that public figure? Can I see it as something beautiful and as something fun? And can I be this example for other people? Do I want to be that? Or do I want to stay in the anonymity? But maybe then it's an option to present yourself as an online business and maybe not target your own village. Maybe you can just have your online business, like now my online business as you know, the mindset business coach and the law of attraction coach. I never target my village really, or Belgium. I target my time zone, and we got mostly people on from South Africa and from Scandinavia and from countries around Belgium. But I never really target my country, because for one thing, it's about a limiting belief that I thought that not so many people here in Belgium were interested in the law of attraction or were busy with online business. And second of all, now people in my environment right here don't really know what we're busy with. Oh, well, hello, Romina, welcome. So it's Romina Bedgevritz. If I'm saying this correctly. If you got any questions, please just pop your questions in the comments and then we will answer them for you. It's Q&A today. So I don't know, Jaco, if you got some value out of this, if you understood this. It's a feeling, freedom. So it's something that you can decide to feel, or you can decide to not feel. It's not black and white. It's not like people can only invade your privacy when you allow them, or when you see it as invading your privacy. You can still feel like, this is my privacy, this is where I'm going, and not feeling when people are just talking to you that that's invading your privacy. It's all about, when it's about a feeling, then you can feel it. It's just seeing like, ooh, how can I look differently on at the situation, or how can I have a different perspective on the situation to really keep on feeling my freedom. So I hope that was valuable for you. Then I'm going over to the next question from Dana. It was a question that I got in my email inbox. So hello, it's Dana. For quite some time now, I've been trying to start my online business as a health food coach, but there is just complication after complication that keeps bumping into my reality that makes the whole journey a big struggle. Like my website breaking down, my administration with my certification, failures in software, people who cancel appointments. Is this a sign from the universe to tell me that this isn't my path? Should I quit? Ooh, no, don't quit your journey as an online business owner, Dana. I'm just going to drink from my tea and then I'm going to answer your question. So Dana has this question, like she's starting her online business for quite some time now, and she's running into complication after complication. It's just a struggle she's feeling. So my question is it maybe like a belief or a feeling or a statement or an affirmation in your head that business or starting your business, oh yeah, that's always a struggle? Is that something that you hear yourself say sometimes? Is that something that you say to friends sometimes? Like, yeah, starting your business, that's always a struggle. When that is, then you are just manifesting your own reality. When you're saying that and when you're believing that, maybe you should start to say things like, starting your business is just easy peasy. Starting your business is just fun. Everything really goes how I want it to go. It's really a different kind of mindset or approach that you're taking towards it. So that is my question number one for you when I'm seeing your whole question here. So I'm really wondering if that's something that's going on inside of you. And then all the problems that you are seeing in your business, all the challenges that come up in your business, like your website breaking down, things that are not going smoothly. Maybe it is just some kind of journey that you need to go through to grow. Like sometimes as online business owners or just business owners in general, we start from our passion. We start like sometimes with an employee mindset, and then we go into business and suddenly we have to know everything. But at the same time, most of all, it's a mindset journey. Like actually, to start your online business, the biggest part is getting the mindset right. Like when you are, when you don't have the mindset in place, then you still have to grow, you know, you have to grow into that CEO mindset. So to grow, the universe sometimes sends you challenges or contrast or things that are not really going bad for you to approach them differently or to learn something out of it. Like contrast or bad things that are happening in your life are always happening for a reason. They're happening for you. The universe don't want to punish you or don't want to learn you a lesson, or yeah, they want to learn you a lesson, but I mean they don't want to make it difficult or bad for you on purpose. It's always for you to learn something. So maybe, for example, when your website is breaking down, maybe it is because you need to learn how to deal with a stressful situation. And when you are not dealing with that stressful situation in like the right manner or the right way, and you're just like being very stressed and being angry and like, oh, and everything goes bad and like you're just raging, you know, then even though when you've solved your website problem a little bit further along the way, a new problem will arise because you didn't learn your lesson in the first time. So a new problem will arise until you will approach everything with a different mindset. Like, yes, I can tackle everything. A problem, that's not a problem. I've had problems in the past. This is not a problem. Or a problem is just an opportunity to invent a creative solution. So I believe that contrast always happens in your life for a reason, to learn from it. And sometimes you don't really know what you need to learn from it. But the only advice that I can give you is like any time when something bad happens in your life, think this. How can I see this as something positive? How can I approach this problem or bad situation as something positive? How can I see it and how can I be happy now? How can I welcome it into my life? How can I feel good about this? And this is your task always. And this is how you are going to learn from every situation. This is how you are going to grow and grow into your new person, you know? This is how you learn to handle situations. This is how you process difficult situations and really learn from them. All the time something really nasty happens, you ask yourself, How can I see this as something not nasty, but how can I see this as something beautiful? How is this actually a gift in disguise? Always try to look for the gold in every situation. The gold. Not the gold, the gold. The gold in every situation. You always have to look for that. And that's the way you are going to grow, and that's the way you are going to stop attracting awful situations. Like when something awful happens in your life, it is a result of a kind of vibration that you've been putting out there, like a vibration like, oh, things are difficult, or things are struggling, or hard. So that's a vibration you've been putting out, and then you are getting a result, like a manifestation, like something in your administration is going wrong, or people cancel their appointments. And then you have, when that happens, you got two options. Or you add to the negative vibration and you react negative again, and you say like, oh, this sucks, and oh, this is stupid, and oh, I wish it was different, and see, I'm struggling, and see, it's difficult. Then you're just adding to that vibration that was already there. And then you are attracting and manifesting just another situation with just different clothes on, you know, a different situation, but actually just the same thing over and over and over again. So when something happens in your life that at first sight is like, a stupid manifestation, how can you offer a good vibration as a response to just shift your vibration and shift your attraction process and just go into it? It's the same with fears and all. You don't have to run away from your fears, or you don't have to run away from your problems. You have to face them and go all in. And that's the way. Oh, well, hello, welcome, Janne, Kalmer, Jorgensen. Welcome. If you got questions, just pop them in the comments. So when something negative happens in your life, it's really your opportunity to offer a different vibration. Because if you're offering the same vibration of anger and negativity and awfulness, you are just manifesting negativity, awfulness, and stupid things over and over again. I hope this is clear. Actually, to me, it sounds, or it seems like the most clear thing that is out there, but I know that in real life it's really difficult to operate this way. Like in real life, we have this automatic response or automatic reaction, like, oh, something bad happens, I have to react in a bad way, I have to be negative, I have to be angry. But I challenge you, next time, laugh with it. Just laugh with it. Start bursting out in laughter and just offer a positive vibration. Say, thank you, I'm so happy that this happened to me. I'm so glad for it. Now I can learn from it, and we are going to grow. We're never going to have this again. Yes, thank you. And you offer like just jolly, funny, happy vibration in return instead of anger. So that is my challenge for you. Do you think that you can do that? Is that something that happens to you sometimes in your life, like negative stuff that's happening over and over again? And do you think that you would be able or possible to just react in that jolly way instead of in that negative way that is just an automatic response? So that was it for Dana's question. I hope this helped you a lot when you're watching the replay. Let's check for another question that we had coming in here. So I am curious. Here, yes, I've got a question from Sheila, and Sheila was asking, good afternoon, Carolina. I have a question for you. How do I deal with all the negative people around me who blow my vibe? I have this negative colleague who is always complaining, and to be honest, she ruins my good vibe. What do I do? Do I ignore her? Do I tell her? Thanks a lot. I have been struggling with this for quite some time now. Ooh, that's interesting as well. So, curious. First going to drink from my tea. Every time when I drink from my tea, like the inspiration comes in and I know what to answer. Ah, great tea. So the question from Sheila, interesting. So how to deal with negative people in your life? We kind of touched on this in a previous Q&A, like yesterday or the day before as well, about negative people in your environment. So first of all, indeed, you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself the most with. So if you surround yourself mostly with positive people and happy people and ambitious people and go-getters and everything's possible people, then you will, be inclined to have this vibe as well. We all co-create and influence each other's vibes at a certain level as well. So that's really something that's scientifically proven. You are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself the most with. For that reason, I am listening a lot to podcasts and to the voice of like very enthusiastic people, motivational speeches and stuff. That's why I listen to my own voice, to my recorded audios about affirmations that really energize me and that really make me feel good, like to have that influence in my ears as well as one of the 5 people that surround me the most. So you kind of have influence yourself to do that. So choose your friends wisely, the people who you surround yourself with. But what with people like colleagues? They are there and they're negative and you don't want them. You're like scared that they will, Sheila said like, she blows my good vibe. So Sheila already says like, she is inflicting with your vibe, but you can't do anything about it. That person is their own person. That person has their own vibration and is on their own path. It is not your task to ignore that person. It is not your task to change that person or to tell that person like you're being negative, because then you're being judgmental. And then you're placing yourself above another person. And it's a better way to see the person as equal, to see the person as beautiful. Try to do like journaling moments when you are writing about that person and saying beautiful things about that person. Just see that person in their most beautiful light. See them as positive. See them as, wow, they're the best version of themselves. Just try to see them as this amazing energy. And when you're trying to do that, you are taking a totally different approach and you're closing the gap. Like when you're constantly focusing on all the differences between you and another person, then you're just growing further away, and then you will just really see much more all the differences that are between the both of you. Then you're just always going to be focused on everything that's wrong with that person, with your colleague. The same thing, like when you're always focusing on everything negative that she says, then you're really focusing on that, and then that will become really a focus point. And then every time, oh, welcome Ari Fazant. And then every time that person is saying something negative, you will be the first to notice. While when you focus on all the other beautiful aspects of that person, after a while, you will just start to ignore her negative side. You will only be seeing her positive sides, because she is so much more than her negative complaints. She is maybe also this, and maybe she's very good at that, and ooh, maybe she's really good at that, and maybe she's very funny in her complaining way. Maybe she's like a little bit sarcastic or something. Just try to see all the positive stuff. Because when you focus on all the positive stuff, more of those positive things will pop up in your reality and will pop up what you will notice and focus on and what will become prevalent in your reality, Whereas you are constantly focusing and seeing all that negativity, then that will be going on more and more and more. So or you can indeed just work with headphones on and really ignore her completely, or you can just really constantly see her in her beautiful light and just give her compliments. Start to give her compliments and positive vibes. Really also try, before you go into work, kind of maybe build your own vibration with positivity and say as an affirmation for yourself, today, even though other people might be negative, I'm going to be completely about positivity. I'm going to see positivity in the negativity. I'm going to see positivity everywhere. I don't care if other people are negative. I'm positive and nothing else can change that. Because that is it. You're saying that other people, that other person, that colleague is like blowing your vibe, but you are letting that other person blowing your vibe. Can you be unconditionally happy? Can you be unconditionally in alignment and in a good vibe? Can you like not care what the other person says? Why are you being bothered by how the other person is being? Can't you be just you and love that other person? Also, if it's a complainer, just look at her and say like, oh, you're such a beautiful complaining. You're so good at it. That's just great. And I love you. And just see it somewhere, like see yourself in all this light, in all this beauty, and all this strength, and know why you are happy, and know how it doesn't matter what the other person says, like all is good. And then you will become much stronger and stronger in your own alignment, because when you are giving your alignment away and giving it in the hands of the other person, like when you are laying your alignment and your happiness in the hands of the other person, like you're saying like, hey, here is my happiness, you are controlling it. When you are saying negative things, I'm not happy anymore, so the control is all yours. You can't do that. The control has to stay yours. You have to be unconditionally happy. You and only you can create your happiness, not your partner, not your colleagues, not your boss. Only you are in control of your own happiness. So if someone else got a question, then I am more than happy to answer it. But otherwise, we are going to round this last day of Q&A, this day 3 of the Q&A party. We're going to round it up. And then all the people from Instagram are more than welcome to join our, let me type it in here, Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman Facebook group. Attract with Intent with Carolina Sherman. And that's the group. When you type that in on Facebook, you will find us over there, and then you can ask to join, and then you're in our group, and that will be wonderful. You're more than welcome there. So everyone, I will be on live again next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Oh, thank you very much. You're saying it's such a meaningful broadcast. Thank you so much. You are more than welcome to join us in the Attract with Intent group. You seem to be such a good fit. And otherwise, I will try to come on live on Instagram as well. So thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all for your energy and giving me the opportunity to do this. I just love doing this. So you will be seeing much more of me normally every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Belgium time. It's like CET time, like Belgium time, Scandinavian time, South African time. It's noon in London, and it's 7 a.m. in New York, and it's 9 p.m. in Australia, in Melbourne. So thank you all for being here, and bye-bye.